Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. It's all about Jodi Scott, and that's jodiscottcoaching.com. She's got many titles, many names, but she's here to talk law of attraction. She can help you as a coach in so many different facets of your life. And yeah, the book, Joy Pie, so much to you. Jodi, please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Hello, Jill. Great to see you again. So I'm Jodi Scott. I am a life prosperity coach for women and an online educator for women. So what that means is I work with women who are just kind of done with struggling, and they're ready to finally just let go of their fears and their insecurities and just prosper in their life, their relationships, and financially.
Fantastic. And where are you based out of? But I know you work with people everywhere. Explain that to us.
For sure. So I'm in British Columbia, Canada, and but I work online, so I work globally. So parking's never a problem.
That is awesome. I love when you say that. That's great. And author, I mean, I don't know if you have an order of topics of what you want to talk about, but it's important that we talk about Joy Pie.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. So my book, Joy Pie, 8 Simple Ingredients for Manifesting a Sweeter Life. And this is all about the law of attraction. And it's just a really simple recipe to follow to just start to utilize the law of attraction for your benefit, because it's happening in our lives anyways. We just don't always utilize it to our advantage. And so Joy Pie is just a recipe that I came up with when I was struggling myself, and I wasn't getting the results in life that I wanted, and I'd gone through a couple of difficult situations. And so I just thought to myself, okay, I know that there's got to be a way for us to be able to prosper. And I just need a simple recipe, because I think, as women, we don't need more to do. We all have so much to do that I thought I just want something that's easy to follow.
Yeah.
And I was turning 50 every birthday. My partner bakes me a peach pie, and I was thinking about my 5th decade of life and how that was going to be, how I wanted it to be. And I thought, I want it to be just like that pie. I want it to be so satisfying, and I want it to be enjoyable, and I want it to be way easier than any of the decades before. I really want to be able to live the life that I want to live, that I came here to live. And I just want to let go of struggle and all of the things that I feel like are holding me back. And I thought, but I don't want to feel like I have to go through this big, heavy process to do that. I just want a really simple recipe, just like the pie, just as simple as this pie is. I want something like that. And so the concept of Joy Pie came to my mind. And so I started thinking, well, what are the ingredients that I would substitute out of my life? And then the new ingredients I'd substitute into my life for creating this Joy Pie. What would they be? And so I started to think, well, fear, there's no good that ever comes from that. Fear holds us back. It keeps us stagnant. It, stops us from being who we really want to be. And so what do we need to take, substitute fear out of our life with? And fun was the thing that I came up with, because your brain cannot simultaneously have fear and fun, be experiencing the two of those at the same time, though they're not corresponding. So our brain cannot process those two things at one time. It has to be one or the other.
Okay.
And so when we're experiencing fear, we're canceling out the possibility for fun in our life.
Okay.
But when we're experiencing fun, we're also canceling out fear in our experience.
Oh.
So we make that choice to go focus on the fun in our life, we're actually negating the possibility of feeling fear at the same time.
Okay.
So this was the process of Joy Pie. I just kind of started going through the ingredients that don't work in life and substituting them for the things that do work in life. So we substituted out, obviously, fear for fun, but we also substituted out struggle for satisfaction and lack for love and comparing for care. And this is one that when I tell women about this, they're like, oh, I don't really get what you mean by that.
Yeah.
And, to kind of explain what that is, it's like when we are comparing ourselves either to other people, to other women, or just to who we used to be, when we were younger, we were comparing ourselves to that. We're not taking care of ourselves. That is not care for
Okay.
ourselves. When we are comparing ourselves, we're hurting ourselves. We're making ourselves feel bad about who we are today. And so substituting out that process of comparison for the process of caring about ourselves. And for a lot of women, this is a new concept. We don't, we care for other people, but we don't necessarily take care of ourselves or care for ourselves. And so I found that one initially at first when I teach clients about that, they're a little bit perplexed by it because
Okay.
it's such a novel
Like, wait, what?
concept to care for ourselves. But once they do, it's the one that kind of seems to make the biggest shift, because women, we need to care for ourselves in order to grow, in order to prosper, in order to get the things in life that matter to us. It starts with caring about how you feel. And that's everything, because how you feel determines, everything that you attract in your life, because we're all the creators of our experience. And the reason that we're the creator of our experience is because we all create our own thoughts, and our thoughts determine our emotions, and our emotions equal our energy, literally our vibration that we are emitting out into the world. And so that is how we create our reality, because we're in charge of that vibration that we're emitting out into the world. And the law of attraction works all of the time. It's like gravity. It never stops working, and it always connects like energy with like energy. So what we're emitting is what we are connecting to, what the law of attraction is connecting to us and attracting back to us. And when we figure that out, it's a game changer for
Yeah.
women, because it gives you your power back. And the reason that I'm so passionate about teaching law of attraction to women is because it doesn't matter what your situation. I don't care if you are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, you cannot afford to provide for your kids right now, whatever scenario you're in, or else whether you're financially flush, the law of attraction is available to you. If you are depressed, if you are suffering in any way, the law of attraction is available to every single woman. You do not need to have any special credentials behind your name. You don't need to have, any kind of financial wealth or success or anything that we always think we need to have these things in order to have the life we want. You absolutely do not. You, as a woman, whatever your scenario is, have access to the law of attraction. And the law of attraction can change your life when you recognize that you are totally in charge of your thoughts, and your thoughts create your emotions create your energy, and your energy determines what the law of attraction draws into your life.
Ooh, so powerful listening to this. It's just, and it's not that difficult, but to think about it, to really put it into perspective and start using it to your advantage. I mean, it clearly works. I mean, the success stories that you've had that I've read about, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, could you share some? I mean, this is pretty
Sure.
magical, but then again, it's not magical. It's just awesome. It's like, duh. Like, I want to say, like, hello, open your mind and you can get what you want. It's
Yes.
really cool. And like the holidays are here, so I'm excited. And we all want to manifest. We all want the law, to work in our favor, but we got to learn how to use that law of attraction, because not all of us know.
Yeah, exactly. Like we all kind of think that maybe it's something that's available to other people, or that it doesn't really work, or we watched The Secret and then we were like, well, I tried some of those things and it didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
So that connection of understanding, like, yes, your thoughts are so powerful, but why are your thoughts so powerful? Women, they think, oh yes, it's more positive thinking, you got to think positive and it'll change your life, but why? And I tried it. I thought positive, I thought positive. I tried to change the way I thought about things, and nothing in my life really changed. And I think the big difference is that we don't really know why that is. And so when I break it down for clients and show them, we have to understand that every single thing in this world is vibrational.
Yeah.
Everything operates by frequency, including you. And so where your frequency is determines what you're attracting to your life. And all of the good things that you want are high vibration. Love is high vibration. If we think of love versus depression, we can feel that in our body. We know what love feels versus what depression feels like. And so you can feel energy in your body when you think of it in that terms, because you can think, oh, you will say to yourself, oh, I feel kind of low today, or I don't feel like I have much energy today. We say these things to ourselves, but we don't relate them to our energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Our
getting
energy.
it.
Yeah, exactly. And so, every vibration has every emotion has a frequency to it. So, love is the highest of all of the emotions. It has the highest frequency. And so there's like steps we can take in our lives to try to keep that energy high so that we're attracting things. So, things like appreciation are huge in our lives, because appreciation is right up there with love. And that's one of the highest vibrations. And it's just the very simple thing. And, if you're going through a difficult time in your life, it's hard sometimes to reach for those things. But, I remember reading Julia Cameron's book, An Artist's Way. And she was telling a story about her grandmother and how, her grandmother described, like, when you're going through really difficult things, your focus needs to become very, very small. And her grandmother had gone through, a loss, and she focused like on the beauty of flowers. And that's, something simple like that. When life is crazy, when there's big things going on in your life, when it feels stressful or overwhelming, maybe you're going through a difficult time, you've lost someone, you're experiencing, a divorce, whatever it is that you're going through in life, you still have access to the law of attraction through a little tiny appreciation of something very small. Find something very small in your life that you can continually bring yourself back to focus on. And even just thoughts like, one of the ones that I've worked with a client on recently is, I get to feel good because I can. It's totally up to you. I get to feel good because I can. Regardless of what is happening around me, I get to feel good because I can, because that is entirely up to me. That is entirely my choice. I still get to feel good because I can.
Because I can.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it just helps you get back in your power. It helps you recognize whatever's going on around you. You still get to decide what you think about it. And you still get to choose to focus, appreciation on something small, and there's always something that you can find to appreciate, whether it's in the present or it's, something that is from the past, it's the people around you that you love. It's, in nature, there's always something to appreciate, even when times are difficult. And appreciation will shift your energy. And then things will start to turn around in your life. So it's not necessarily addressing that problem head on, but it's addressing it through appreciation to start to change your vibration, and then let the law of attraction do the heavy lifting. Let the law of attraction sort things out for you. So you had asked, Jill, about the things in my life that I applied the law of attraction to. And one of the ones, there's been so many, but, one of the ones that I applied the law of attraction just really intentionally to was my ex-husband passed away suddenly of a heart attack. And my two children, of course, were suffering tremendously. My son was 15, my daughter was in her grad year. And they were hurting so badly. And there was only so much I could do as a mom. You know, you can hold them, you can, you know, try to console them, you can let them grieve, all of those things.
Oh,
But they both felt so lost in their life. And I just had to put it up to the law of attraction and say, you know, the law of attraction, universe, I am literally taking my babies and I'm putting them in your hands because this is bigger than me.
yeah.
I don't know the solution here. I need to believe. I need to believe that everything is working out for them and that things, you know, happen for a reason. I need to believe that. And that, just believing that I could take them and I could just literally put them in the hands of the universe, in the hands of the law of attraction, in quantum physics, in the divine, whatever you want to call it. God, you know, putting them in that whole, you know, cosmic divinity that operates this universe, putting them in those hands took the pressure off of me. And then my energy rose. And now I can be a better mom to my kids because my energy is higher. I am more available to them. I am better able to be there for them. And that starts to shift the experiences that I'm attracting into my life. And as their mom, as the person that they're leaning on, that's essential. That's so important. You know, we forget that as women because we put ourselves last so much of the time. And so when I did that, all of a sudden, things started to shift for the kids. You know, family members showed up and said, you know, let me help you out. Like, let me take you away, you know, to a ball game and just spend some time with you and be with you and listen to you. You know, my brothers, I have three amazing brothers. They all showed up huge for my kids. They were just these amazing uncles who took on the father role for my kids. And you know, one of them, you know, my daughter was, after graduation, she was ready to leave home, and he, you know, showed up in his pickup truck and loaded her up and took her to, you know, the province over, took her to the city where she wanted to live, and, you know, gave her a place to live while she kind of got her feet under her. You know, my other brothers, you know, were there for my son, just to, you know, always check in with them and take him places. And, you know, when he moved out, she showed up and took him out, bought him groceries, you know, just things like that, where those were things that a father would do. And by making that bigger than me and letting the universe look after it, all of a sudden I got all of this help. I wasn't just a single mom, a solo mom, the only parent anymore. I had all of this help.
Support system.
Exactly. Yes. You know, and I'm the oldest in my family, and as the oldest and the only girl, I've always been the one to look after everyone else. So for me to ask the universe, put it out to the universe, was a change in how I'd operated in my life before. So, you know, to see my younger brothers just kind of swoop in there and be there for my kids was amazing. And you know, it just really reinforced to me how much more powerful we are when we believe in the universe's abilities and the law of attraction, because it's a law. It works all the time. So why not utilize it? Why not bring it into our life and allow it to support us, allow it to help us? And you know, this is a benevolent universe. You know, it is here for our good, but we're the creators. It stems from us. We have to be the one to choose our thoughts and decide that I get to feel good because I can, simply because I can, not because I'm perfect, not because I have letters behind my name, not because I've achieved X, Y, Z in my life, not because I've done everything right. I just get to feel good because I can, because that is my right as a human being. You know, I'm here we all have this inner being inside of us. We all have a source, a soul source, a soul, whatever, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And that inner being came here to have a spiritual experience through our physical bodies. So who am I to prevent that from happening? My spirit is here to experience this life through this physical body. And so I need to allow that. I need to allow my spirit, who came here to enjoy this physical world, I need to allow it. I need to allow my spirit to do that. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to enjoy this life. I'm here to experience good things. We're not here to struggle. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to sacrifice. We've been told that, and we've bought into it, and we believe it. But that is not the truth for us. The truth is, our spirit came here to enjoy this life, enjoy all the things that a physical body can experience that a spirit cannot. It's here to experience that through our bodies.
Yeah.
And so we need to give ourselves permission to do that. And, a lot of times I have, my clients, they just don't feel worthy of that. And when I explain to them that, what, we all have a soul, we all have a spirit, an inner being, whatever you want to call it, your divine self, we all have that. So there is no one divine spirit that is any better than another. So you are worthy. You're worthy already because of that, because you have that inner being within you. So your worthiness is already confirmed, already done. You don't need to prove a single thing to anyone. You just need to get about the business of enjoying the life that you came here to live, regardless of the circumstances around you at any given time, because we all have the ability to still go within and choose our own thoughts, choose how we want to feel.
Beautiful. Jodi, I have barely done any speaking, and I like it that way. You
feel
are
like I'm
on a roll today.
I know.
Seriously, you should be on stage. This is an amazing monologue of thank you for sharing your personal journey. I can only imagine how hard it is to lose a partner, a father of your children. I mean, what you went through, but look at your mindset, how something so horrible, so negative, so scary. So you were brave and big enough to put it out there to the universe and then get all this help back from your siblings. And but look at that smile on your face. I mean, it's hard to smile when you go through loss and everything, but you do. You said it wonderfully. I never heard it this way about you're here in this life, in a sense, to live and experience things that spirits can't experience. So whether it's good, bad, pain, we all want the good, but that's a beautiful way of thinking of it. You're right. Because once we're a spirit, you don't experience those things anymore unless you come back and reincarnate, but that's a whole nother story. But this is beautiful. Wow. Your mind is like so positive. It's on fire. No, you're in Canada.
Yes. Yeah.
So you didn't have a Thanksgiving last week. Yours was a few weeks ago, though. So
exactly. Yes.
So you're in the holiday season. We got Hanukkah now. We got Christmas. We got everything happening. And, words of advice for around the holiday season, because it is hard. You're in such a great mindset, but not everyone is. And during the holidays, everyone's mindset kind of, Any advice for the holidays, how to get through? Even being with your family can be stressful, put a damper on things, but
for sure.
We're going to overeat. Some of us are going to be depressed. Some of us some of us can't afford the gifts we want for our kids. There's so much stress and anxiety and all that with the holidays. I bet you could kind of give us a nice little advice or a little joy pie for the holiday.
Yeah, for sure. I always say, this is the miracle season. It is the miracle season. Like there's miracles that abound around us all of the time, every day. And the more dire your situation, the bigger the miracle that can happen for you. When it feels like nothing is possible, that means everything is possible, because there's no limits. Like when you feel completely hopeless, that means that everywhere is up, right? Everywhere is up. And so, I just feel like, look for the miracles, look for the miracles everywhere, and everything is a miracle. We don't do anything to help the sun rise every day. None of us do a single thing to do that. And yet it does. It rises every single day. The stars come out at night, and there's not a single thing I've done all day long to make that happen, but yet it still does. These are miraculous things. The world keeps turning, and there's nothing, none of us are out there rowing and, trying to keep it going, so
Yeah.
there are these little miracles that happen around us every day, little children. Oh my gosh, the little children are amazing, just to observe little people and their excitement at all of the things that they're discovering in life. Just look for the miracles, and you will attract miracles. Don't do it for the reason to attract miracles, but know that you will. Know that you will as soon as you start looking for the little miracles in life. I mean, yesterday we had a fairly good snowfall here. And I went to the window and I looked up, and I could see these ginormous snowflakes just falling out of the, this kind of blue-gray sky. And I just was mesmerized by this. And I thought,
beautiful.
That is a miracle in itself.
Yep.
Like every single snowflake is
the
unique.
way it's created and made. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Wow. No single snowflake is like any other. Like, that is incredible. And that is just like you. There is no other single person just like you. And so just, it's available to us. Go outside, watch the, snowfall, look at the snow, look at the stars, enjoy the sun coming up every day, be around, little children. There's ways to find the miracles in life, even if you're in a really low spot, especially if you're in a really low spot. Just go and observe the miracles.
Thank you. JodiScottCoaching.com. Tell us the best forms of contact again before we go.
Yes, absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram and Pinterest at Jodi Scott Coach, and also on Facebook at JodiScott.coach.
Perfect.
And JodiScottCoaching.com.
Thank you so much for brightening our spirits today. Really.
Yes, thank you,
holidays. A pleasure. Really. You warmed me up, and I hope our listeners, you really kind of lit the fire under my butt, like in a good way. Like, hey, let's be thankful. Let's put that positive energy out there. Let's stay good for the holidays. No depression here. Thank you, Jodi. Have a great day. And to all of our listeners, the same. Bye-bye. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, I mean, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.